most people don't realize it yet, but if you're not in a position this week, you could miss the single most explosive phase of this entire cycle. Right now, Bitcoin just shattered all-time highs, and meme coins across Solana, Base are igniting. We are entering a full-blown meme coin supercycle, and the daily runners are already printing life-changing gains. In this video, I'm charting 12 of the most overlooked meme coins, starting with the strongest daily performers and showing you exactly where smart money is rotating. This moment won't come again. You only get setups like these once per cycle. If you miss them, you might be chasing for the next 12 months. Do me a favor, press that like button, let's get onto it. Starting with Fartcoin. Alright, so Fartcoin is looking quite good. This is the most important meme to see right now when it comes to the full scope of the meme coin supercycle. Why? It's right now at this resistance that I've charted like 2 months ago. Everything's been happening exactly as we have been predicting. And as soon as 1.5 gets broken, and it looks like it's about to, and flips into support, meme coin supercycle. Why? Because Fartcoin is the main signal when it comes to retail-driven meme coin attention. And this is a meme coin supercycle, okay? It's all gonna be about meme coins. And they're just literally about to explode. And so pay attention to Fartcoin, because I think it's going to go straight to 2 billion market cap, and this run here is going to signal what the strongest memes are. I'm going to start with some daily runners, but I'm also going to talk about some of the most important ones and some of the biggest ones on this show that you need to be paying attention to. But yeah, pay attention to Fartcoin. Now let's get on to Popcat. Popcat had a small resistance here, as you know, kind of predicted, because 653 was where we had all these major support and resistance lines, so it was in a way a bearish fair value gap. Kind of just bounced back a little bit, and some of the mid runners started pumping because I think Popcat money was flowing into stuff like House, Troll, etc. But now Popcat is gaining strength again, and I think once it breaks 653 again, especially with Fartcoin signaling, it's going to go straight to all-time highs. So if you want to enter a big sized meme, I think Popcat here is a great one. And you'll still get something like a 4x until all-time highs, and you'll probably get a 5x because it's going to go higher. Now on to the next. Let's talk about Housecon. I told you guys yesterday was a good buy because it was sitting at support, and it's looking quite bullish. It may be doing something like a V-shaped type recovery. I do think that if you were buying here at the bottom, you could at least take some profits around 86 million market cap, because you're going to get more than a double there. But I do think it's going to break all-time high soon, and we're going to see wave 3. And just as I've been saying for the past, I don't know, 2 weeks, I think wave 3 is going to top at 200 million market cap. So on to the next. This is NEAT. NEAT is brand new, and my entries when it comes to NEAT are between 8.95 million right here, previous support, and 7.95 because it was resistance in the 29th of April. It was also support in the 6th of May, major resistance in the 18th of May, and it now turned into support. So this is where I'll take my limit order when it comes to Axiom and leave it right there in the middle, waiting to get hit. And so if you want to trade on Axiom, there's a link down below, and you need to start placing your limit orders there. We have Useless, exactly as predicted. I told you guys do not buy here because it was at resistance again. And the best thing you could have done to Useless is literally, you know, just wait for it to come and retouch our previous support. That's exactly where we're at. Is it a good buy here? I think so. But if it breaks below and comes to, you know, 12.9 for example, just leave it because there's going to be better memes. But I do think right now it is a good buy. On to the next. This is a daily runner called CollabAI. Never heard of this one, brand new, but it just touched this major support here. But I do want a better entry, so I would think between 3.82 and 2.43 is where you stack some limit orders on this one. It's brand new, but the chart is actually looking quite bullish, and it looks like it wants to go and do new all-time highs. So at least stack some orders there at 3.82 or very close to that, and some below in case you want to enter CollabAI, which is a daily runner, fresh new chart. Then we have Quiz. Quiz is on its way to the 10x trade. Honestly, with BTC looking this bullish, I will reconsider if I will sell or not my Quiz once it comes between 30 and 25 million, okay? But I've been waiting for more than a month for this to happen, and so I'm happy to see Quiz finally go. This is one of those retail memes that's going to do very well. All of retail knows this meme, and so that's why I've never left it. Yeah, and patience does pay in the end, just like it did with COLETTE. Speaking of COLETTE, here we are. I think COLETTE is going to go down into previous resistance. Look, the previous stop right here at 33 million market cap, that's where I think COLETTE is going to go, right between 33 and 40 million market cap. I think it's going to be here, and then I think it can recover. So that's where you stack your limit orders, right there between 40 and 33 million market cap. COLETTE was one of the best trades this month, absolutely explosive. And yeah, just be patient and wait for your entry if you haven't gotten any entries on COLETTE. I've already sold all my COLETTE. I didn't sell the top because I alleviated my bags mostly at all-time highs, and then I sold a little bit higher as well. But yeah, I did a pretty good trade with size here. On to the next, we have 𝗘 on Hyperliquid. Hyperliquid is looking very bullish, and 𝗘 is looking like it's going to go do that 8.5x that I've been talking about for 2 months. This is why patience is key. Look, stairway to heaven, very calmly, just printing new and new higher and higher lows, and now it's ready to do that 8.5x that I've been talking about for so long. This is why you have to be patient. This is why you need to set up limit orders on Axiom. This is why, in this case, it's on Hyperliquid, so you can't, but this is why patience always gives you the sweetest fruit. And yeah, like, there's no resistance. I think it's going to go in a straight line into 400 million market cap. And if you have Hyperliquid and you have a smaller size bag, the logic behind having Hyperliquid to me makes no sense. I think you should be holding its premier meme coin, because if you think Hyperliquid is going to pump, then there's no logic behind actually owning any Hyperliquid. If you have, say, 20,000, 30,000 in a Hyperliquid, the only logic there is you buy the premier meme coin there, which is going to act as leverage. Anyways, on to the next. This coin exploded yesterday and went to 60 million market cap. It's called IBRL. Kobe is behind it, Ansem is behind it, Anatoly from Solana is behind it, and I have a thread on my X, which you can follow there, explaining what IBRL is. But I think a good entry on IBRL is going to be 19.8. That's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for it to dip a little bit further and then possibly sell, for example, at 50 million market cap. Then we have Mudang. Mudang is bouncing off of that line. Told you guys, not a good buy here. It kind of went into the middle of this bullish fair value gap, but it didn't quite hit the worst case scenario. I had some limit orders here that didn't get hit. Sad face to me, because Mudang, I think, is one of retail's darlings. It then pumped quite hard and it just kept reaccumulating and bouncing here from support. I do think still at 258, it's a good buy. I think people are going to be surprised with Mudang. Honestly, from this bounce, it's going to go straight to all-time highs, and I think the next level is going to be 700 million market cap. So if you're buying here at 220, 260, you'll easily get a 3x trade on your Mudang. Now on to the next, we have Launchcoin. Launchcoin appears like it's doing stairways to hell, and it's going to touch my 145 million entry, which I'm glad. So this is why patience usually pays off. My limit orders on Launchcoin have not been hit, but I think they will very soon, and I do think it's going to be a very good trade for myself. A lot of the attention and the money is rotating now into stuff like Fartcoin, into some of larger caps, into some new mid caps, and it's rotating away from the ICM meta. But I do think, and I'm pretty sure, it's going to come back. And so yeah, I'm just waiting for my entries patiently, and once they get hit, I'm going to trade Launchcoin with size. Now, very important, if you made it this far, this is not just another hype wave. This is the beginning of something much bigger. So Bitcoin breaking all-time highs, it means meme coins are going to enter into their most explosive phase, of course, and the 13 charts we covered today could be your best chance at catching a 10x, a 50x, even 100x moves when it comes to the smaller market caps. But you have to remember that this kind of edge only works if you're fast, if you're consistent, if you're always plugged in. And so please hit that like button, drop a comment with your favorite chart, and make sure that you're subscribed, because the next show might reveal the biggest runner of this entire super cycle. See you guys in the trenches. Follow me. See you tomorrow.